Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, man, it's another Monday. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Shemarathon to the sisters. All right. Hey, man, the title of today's class is Say No to Valentine's Day. All right, brother reached out and asked, could we do this class? And, we was like, hey, let's do it. I thought we did a Monday on this last year. I thought we did, but I guess not, because I looked through and I ain't found one. So we're going to do it today, right? So let's do a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, all right, we'll give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai for allowing us to be here for another Monday class, edify the people in sincerity and in truth. Also, double honors to the elders, you know what I'm saying, who've been putting this work in for years and years, you know what I'm saying, waking up the people, and hopefully sealing the elect, you know what I'm saying. Also, first thing we want to do when we come in the building is like the video, all right? I don't want y'all all talked about this on Friday. We got to like the video so we can catch the algorithm, you know what I'm saying. What it is about Israel, y'all like to watch the video, but I don't want to like it, like it's a pride thing or something. Like the video so we can catch the algorithm so it can be suggested to others. All right. Also, man, it don't matter what you do. You can like it or you can not like. You can thumbs it down. It don't matter. It's the algorithm. So, but you should give it a thumbs up because this is gonna be a good class. All right, it's gonna be an interesting class. All right. So now you want to like the video. If you're not subscribe to the channel. We have shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. All right. And then on Saturday, we're live on Facebook. We had the Sabbath Morning Brew with the brother Aharon. Once again, we had the Sabbath Morning Brew with the brother Aharon. The Sabbath Morning Brew with the brother Aharon. Don't play. All right. So you want to follow us on Facebook as well, man. We got Instagram. And we also have TikTok and Patreon, man. So you want to follow us on those different sites. You know, Sons of Thunder, man, we're an Israelite school, all right? And we're trying to get a school for the people. So when you're on Patreon, you're actually helping us in terms of getting the school, as well as your super chats and your CashApp donations and your PayPal donations. We appreciate it. We always get those back to you when you come and feast with us, all right? Also, in the description is the Sons of Thunder Israelites North Carolina page. Definitely subscribe to that page. You feel what I'm saying? We try to put good videos up there for your edification. All right. We ain't put a video up in a week because we're working on some more stuff we got going on. You're going to start seeing sit-down classes as well on the North Carolina page. So definitely subscribe to that page. Also, all right, if you want to congregate with SOT Atlanta for the new moon, which is which is March the 2nd at even. All right, if you want to congregate with SOT Atlanta for the new moon, March 2nd at even, you need to go ahead and start sending your RSVPs now. All right, send the RSVP to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com so you can get in the building. You know, we pushing new moon very hard. All right, the same amount of people we had at Purim, we want to have at New Moon. I heard the brothers and sisters out there in Atlanta had an excellent Purim. Brother said it was very special. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we want to do that for the New Moon as well. If you want to congregate with SOT North Carolina for the New Moon, March 2nd at even, send us an email at Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com and we can get you in the building. All right. The last order of business, we have multiple camp spots open now. All right. We got the main camp in Atlanta, 93 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303, 2 p.m. until. All right. Come to camp. If you can't catch them at camp in person, get on the Facebook Live. You can catch them at camp. Then we have SOT North Carolina, 208 North Davies Street, 27401 in Greensboro, North Carolina. Once again, 208 North Davies Street, Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. Then you can catch the brother Araya out there in D.C. All right. He's on New Jersey Ave on the Shabbat. with the brother Kowal. Then you have SOT Alabama with the Ottawa Mayakaya and the brother Israel. All right. If you want to find out where they have camp, you got to send an email, Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. You can also catch the brothers in Ohio. They do camp in Dayton and in Columbus. You can also send an email to get in touch with them brothers. And if you want to do the work in Florida, Fort Myers, Pacific, or surrounding areas, send an email to get in touch with the brother Captain Yaiqua. All right. And like I always say, if you're anywhere, you can send an email to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com if you're ready to do the work and you want to, join the next prospects phase that we have. All right. With that being said, we going to get into this thing, man. The class, once again, is called Say No to Valentine's Day. Once again.
Hey, Slacky, before we do that, I just want to make sure, in case the brother ain't see, because I don't know.
Yeah, he saw it.
Real. He saw it? You good?
Yeah, he said thank you.
All right, bet. Come.
Yeah, come.
Yeah. All right.
So, once again, a brother asked for this class to happen because he was like, my wife didn't, she expecting Valentine's Day and, I want to sit her down and have a class. So, we're going to go into this thing. We're going to go into this thing. We're going to get a precept and then we're going to, myself and the elder, y'all, all y'all, I was about to say, y'all were all, ha! We're going to break down some history. Kowal, you ready?
Close, but not quite.
Yeah, right.
Get it.
All right, so let's do Exodus 20. We're gonna start from the top and we're gonna read through verse 3. Let's start there.
All right, but as we get into the class, we got a little bit of things to talk about. We have some history on Valentine's Day, obviously, that we're gonna get into. We got some videos, of course, as usual. Wouldn't be Milk Monday without a little bit of that, right? Due to the Fair Use Act, we're gonna get into that a little bit, right? What I want people to realize with this Valentine's Day, the way that they're really pushing it right now, right? They're literally causing. I'll put it like this. Back, say 10 years ago, right, when it wasn't as cool to be homosexual as it is now, right? If you looked at commercials on Valentine's Day or whatever, it was regular, men and women. During that time, what they were doing is they were trying to, make it more interracial relationships and stuff like that, right? So they would show you a lot of black and white people on the TV when Obama was president, even though he had passed the laws on the gays, right? Now that agenda has been pushed and is, succeeded, the next thing is to put the homosexuals on the TV, right? So in the weeks leading up to Valentine's Day, right, they were showing a bunch of different gay things, if you will, right? They were showing you Dwayne Wade's son dressed up in the Kobe Bryant dress, right, to honor the brother. And they showed you Kwame Brown, right, who got on Dwayne Wade's son and Dwayne Wade for allowing his son and his woman to rule the household, which he actually said in the video, right? For allowing their son to honor Kobe Bryant, who he said was a man of Christ, right? Who wouldn't have approved of that because he was a masculine man, was his exact words, right? So they show you those type of debacles. They show you they got commercials right now, right? Every other commercial on Valentine's Day leading up to Valentine's Day, even the ones about Valentine's Day, right? They all had straight couples, all white couples, all black couples, mixed couples, black and white, right? And then they had homosexual couples. And the homosexual couples were always black or Hispanic in every commercial I've seen, right? I've yet to see a commercial for Valentine's Day where they have homosexuals in it and they're not our people in the commercial, right? So it's a lot of social conditioning going on that's associated with this holiday, right? And today we're going to kind of get into the history of that, right? There's a lot of woman worship during this holiday, right? Happy wife, happy life type stuff that goes on around this time, right? Cardi B has been reported yesterday saying that, if your man gets you a gift and you get him a gift, your gift should cost less, right? She said if he gets you flowers, you get him grass. That's what she said, right? So, like, of course, she's a prominent figure right now in society on both sides of the fence, for black people and for white people, right? Hispanics, Native Americans, Asians, Africans, all of them. She's a global superstar. She's damn near the next Beyonce now, right? So when she gets up on stage, and I mean, that's how they're looking at her now. I'm talking about her fame, brother. I'm talking about her fame. So yeah, that's the position that they got her in right now, right? Damn, the man tried to, yeah. So, me neither, Malak. Yeah, let's just put that out there, right? I wasn't trying to get a sister no props. I was telling you what they say about it. But yeah, so that's the position that she's in, right? That being said, um, if she goes out there to make a statement like that, it's going to be something that people are going to follow, right? So next year it's going to be even more of the woman worship going on because the men are going to have to feel like they have to attain to what Offset did this year, right? Which I'm also going to show you because you don't want to get grass next year for Valentine's Day, right? Because that's what the girls gonna have in their mind. This nigga just got me roses, nigga. It's not 1984. You gotta do better than that, right? Chivalry is dead. I want a car with a bow on it. Give me a Bentley. You got good credit, nigga. So that's what's going on right now, right? So I mean, we basically gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the history. We're gonna break that down first, and of course, we're gonna get the scriptures to match everything up. All right. So get your scriptures ready, your Bible, right? Your apocryphal concordance, your Strong's concordance, your piece of paper, your pen, like we always do, right? And some popcorn and some food and a drink, because it's gonna be a good lesson. All right. Go ahead, Drew.
Hey, Con. Hey, if you a brother in this camp, or you trying to be in this camp, you need to take this whole thing down. Why? This day just so happened to fall on Purim, right? But next year it could fall on the Shabbat, and you might be on the street teaching, and there might be couples walking. It was 66 degrees in Greensboro this past weekend. Everybody was outside. So let's say it's the same thing next year. You might see couples walking around holding hands, and and they stop and they celebrating Valentine's Day. And you might have an opportunity to teach something. So you got to take all this stuff down, man. There's some good history that's about to come out, good research, you know what I'm saying? And most high willing, y'all enjoy the class. Con, if you have liked the video, do me a favor and put a 7 in the chat. If you have already liked the video, we have 94 people in the building. We got 94 people in the building. How many likes do we got? We got 75 likes, man. We got to get it up to 94 likes, man. All right. If you like the video, put a 7 in the chat. All right. Hey, Shalom to all the Akim and the Akwathium, right? In the building. All right. We're going to go and get into this thing. Number one, we know that the so-called African American community has one of the top buying powers in America, right? Now, I couldn't find how much we spend. But Americans, including us, unfortunately, spend $18.2 billion on Valentine's Day alone. Now,
Wait, what?
$18.2 billion.
Damn.
Right. Now
buying chocolate and teddy bears.
Now, I see a brother on the side of the road, his wife in a truck with teddy. He had teddy bears, flowers, roses. And he was selling out of the back of the truck. Brothers pulling over. I just left Walmart. It's mad late. Brothers is still buying flowers at Walmart right now. You feel what I'm saying? So we thinking it's a light day. But Americans spent $18.2 billion.
Niggas buying flowers to do stuff like this.
Oh, see, no. Offset, you got me upset.
How many, that's about $5,000-$10,000 worth of flowers. All the flowers he used for that little thing right there, bro.
Bro, facts. And they do this every year, man. Every year these same dudes do this. And guess what y'all Negroes do? Y'all try to do the same thing for your girl at home because you want your girl to look at you like other women look at upset, right?
He called him upset.
Right? Now, give me that precept, Kowal. Let me get that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and starting at verse 1.
Come.
And God spoke all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
The reason why I wanted to start there is because this is the Most High God who brought us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, where we was made to do certain things that was not according to our customs. But it's a reminder that this is the Most High power that has brought you out of Egypt. And I want y'all to remember this and remember the commandment that he's about to give. Go ahead.
Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Read that again.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
We are not to have any other gods before Yahweh, our power, right? We are to have no other gods before Yahweh, thy power. When we get into this history, you are going to see that sisters who is pushing your husbands to celebrate Valentine's Day, you brothers that are simping and trying to celebrate Valentine's Day for your wives, you are putting other gods before Yahweh.
Hey, Kowal. I know he probably got it on his paper, but go ahead and give Hosea 4 and 6 too.
I ain't had that down, so you good.
Oh, all right. Well, look. Slacking, brother. No, I'm playing. But so to let me back off the point that Judah just made, right? A lot of our people, specifically our men, right? When it comes to this folly day in particular, the levels that brothers go to honor the woman, right, in this situation, it can be sickening sometimes when you come into the truth, right? Especially when you sit back and realize all the stuff you was doing never was reciprocated, but you do it the same way even more every single year, right? That shows your worship for that woman, right? But it's because of things we was taught, right? They condition you with phrases like happy wife, happy life. And then they make the woman want to go crazy on Valentine's Day, right? They showing her reality shows on TV where the woman is doing that, right? They got commercials and clips on people's phone and stuff where girls is going crazy because they got a gift that they didn't ask for. And they cussing the dude out for it. Whatever it is, right? So they see these type of things. They see people's reaction to it online because, every time it's a post made on Instagram, every time it's a post made on Twitter, whatever it is, right? They could comment. If they see enough comments that aren't negative, they decide that it's acceptable to act that way. That's literally how it goes, guys. You know what I'm saying? So next year, your girl acting like that, right? Or your homeboy girl acting like that. And it's a continuous cycle, and it gets worse and worse and worse every single year. And the guys knowing that, they feel like they have to do more. So they end up trying to do more and more and more every year, right? To the point where you look like Offset and you got 10-foot flower towers in your house, right? And all type of stuff.
Now, what you gonna do with that when it's time to clean up?
All right, throw it in the trash. He spent like what, $12,000 probably for one day just to take pictures next to the flowers, because it ain't like you could eat them or something like that. Like they ain't edible. Like you know what I'm saying. You can't decorate your house with them. I ain't finna have a bunch of not me. So like, come on. So what are you doing? Why are you spending that much money? It's simply because of what she said, right? She made a statement the day before saying, if the man just gets you flowers, you get him grass. So if you're gonna get her flowers, make sure that your flowers cost $10,000, right? Because she's saying that the love that he's showing you is based off the price of the gift, right? Same thing they did on the housewife shows and stuff like that, which she basically comes from. Love and Hip Hop is damn near one of the White House. It's the white version of, it's the black version of the White Housewife shows, right? So this is the type of stuff that we have going on as far as a social conditioning aspect to this thing, right? So, yeah, Hosea 4:6.
Khan, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's the reason why they go so hard for this holiday and any other holiday, right? Reason they go so hard for their gods on these holidays, because it's like on every feast day in America, you got a different god. It seems like that you know, well, not it seemed like it is a different god because it's based off like Greek holidays, right? And they have a different god for each holiday. That's what the holidays are for, to honor these different gods, right? Which is what Judah's gonna go into a little bit, right? So, yeah, these are the type of things that you got to think about, and it's because our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge that we continue to violate the Most High by partaking in these holidays. You know what I'm saying? It is not the fact that they, don't know it's a pagan holiday or something like that. It's the fact that it's trendy to do it. That's all that matters, right? So, hopefully, once y'all understand the history of it, it won't be so trendy anymore. Go ahead, Al.
So, give me one more precept. Give me Deuteronomy 12, 31, and 32.
That again, I don't want Deuteronomy
12, 31,
31 and 32.
12, 31 and verse 3. Okay, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verses 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Yahweh thy power, for every abomination to Yahweh which he hateth hath he done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods. Verse 32. What thing soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
All right, come. So we're not supposed to do unto Yahweh as the other nations do unto their gods. One more. I'm gonna go ahead and get it now. You doing the class from your phone, Kowal?
Time.
Okay. Hey, y'all all. Said it again. All y'all. Can you give me I need this in the ESV, Deuteronomy 4 and 19. Can you find that for me? Real quick. Right? We're not supposed to do to Yahweh our power like the other nations do to their gods. Right? But I want y'all to get this. We're gonna do a little comparative text, I guess. We ain't gonna get it in the KJV. We're gonna get it in the ESV.
No, we're gonna get it in both of them, brother.
Okay, well, Kowal, you get the KJV.
No, I'm about to show it, brother. I'm about to show it, brother. We got the computer.
Oh yeah, we got modern technology out here.
Yeah.
All right, Con. Then we're gonna get into it, man.
You said ESV? Why you want that?
Because of how it words it. Yeah. Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm about to. I had to go back to see what it looked like. All right, go ahead.
All right, boom. Can you see that, Kowal?
Time.
If he can't see that, he needs some more glasses.
Hey, go down a little bit so you can see the whole verse.
Bam. How about that? Now I know you can see it.
Now you still gotta go a little bit. Zoom down. I mean, not zoom down, but scroll down.
Scroll down.
Oh yeah. Because it is. My bad.
Okay, go ahead, Kowal.
It's the book of Deuteronomy in chapter 4 and 19 in the ESV version. And beware lest ye raise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the host of heaven, you be drawn away and bow down to them and serve them, things that the Lord your God has allotted to all the peoples under the whole of heaven.
So the Most High gave the sun and the moon and the stars to the other nations. He allotted those to the other nations to worship. He's given idols to the other nations to worship, right? Because this is our power, right? And when we go through this lesson, we're going to see all the different gods that he gave these other nations to worship. If you want to get the KJV, go ahead and get that. Just so we can get the KJV.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 19 in KJV. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy power have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
So Yahweh divided pagan gods to these other nations. All right. I just wanted to make that clear. So now let's get into it. All right. We know that America spends $18.2 billion on Valentine's Day. Right. Now let's get into some of the history of Valentine's Day. Right. So Valentine's Day is named after so-called Saint Valentino or Valentine of the Roman Catholic Church, right? He was named this in an attempt to Christianize the pagan day, Lupercalia, right? If I'm not saying that right, Salaki, right? Lupercalia.
Hold up.
Right? Now,
phone.
You good?
It's called.
It's called
Lupercalia.
There you go. Right. Now, we're going to go into...
You was going to mess my head up with that pronunciation on that. Fix that.
We're going to go into why they named it after this man in an attempt to Christianize this pagan day. All right. Lupercalia, right?
Yep.
Lupercalia is an ancient festival in honor of Lupercus. Lupercus is the god of fertility, aka the god Faunus, right? I'm gonna mute you, Cole. I think it's a little feedback. I got you, right? So it's celebrated in the spring, and it also celebrates fertility. It celebrates spring and fertility, right? It was celebrated by orgies. Now we got to think about all the daggone folly days that goes back to Rome and Esau and them that's celebrated by orgies, right? Christmas is one of them, right? But it's celebrated by orgies, fornication, sex with minors, drunkenness, and also the auctioning off or the lottery of women, right? That should be one strike against Valentine's Day for you sisters, right? Women were auctioned off on Valentine's Day, right? By lottery. All right, let's talk about Lupercus, all right? Lupercus, right? He was also the Roman god of flocks and shepherds and protector of cattle. He had a head of and the torso of a man, but he had the hind parts and the legs of a goat. He was considered as a symbol of I can't pronounce this word. If you want to look this up for me, Elia, it's Fucindity, Fecundity. Let's look that up and get that definition real quick.
Spell it again.
Fecundity.
All right.
Let's get that.
Give me a second. I had to find a picture of Lupercus too, so I can show them what.
I want y'all to take notes. Don't just listen to this. Take notes, brothers. If you we hoping you just get away from the truth, but you might have to teach this, man. Definitely if you're on the streets. So can you hit the sound button so we maybe can hear it? Hear how to pronounce that word?
Whew.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I was not gonna say that, but I
right. I said fucindity. Well, anyway, it's the ability to produce an abundance of offspring, new growth.
That's
right?
crazy.
So Lupercus was a symbol of that word, right? Because of his lustful nature, right? His festival had him depicted as wearing goat skins, and later in the day of his festival, the feast of Juno or for Februta, like February, was celebrated. We'll get into that later. All right. So Lupercalia was also dedicated to the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus. During Lupercalia, they would worship Lupercus, and a dog and a goat would be sacrificed. After they sacrificed this dog and this goat, they will wipe the blood on the foreheads of two men, and the blood was then wiped off by sheep's wool and placed in.
Look what Lupercus looks like.
That's what he looks like right there. Especially the one on the far right. That's the good depiction.
Yeah,
right?
And look, so also before he continues, right? If y'all remember anything about our boule pictures and stuff, Lupercus is rendition of the griffin as well, right? And like a what they call a centaur, right? So a centaur is a man and a bull, right? So yeah, and it's supposed to be a warrior. The reason he's got a horse, you know, like a horse bottom part of the body and stuff like that is because a horse also is supposed to have some type of fertility meaning in the Greek culture. So, you know, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but yeah, so that is why he's got the, you know, bottom half of a bull, and then the upper half, obviously, he just basically looks like Esau with a bull's face. You know what I'm saying? From the hair to everything else, right? So yeah, that's Lupercus right there.
And we also have brothers in our black, so-called black sororities and fraternities, or our black fraternities, rather, in our HBCUs. They one of my good homies was one of these.
The alpha is a symbol of a centaur, or the boule symbol.
Iota Phi Theta.
Yeah, but like Iota Phi Theta, but I meant the actual symbol of the boule.
Okay, come. Yeah,
it's a black centaur.
Theta, that's their actual mascot. They have a saying that they believe that there's a land where centaurs actually roam. This is all from Greekish fashions, like we spoke about on the Sons of Thunder, North Carolina video a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Right? Hey, Salakia too, also, right? Mm-hmm. It goes as deep as the reason I mentioned the boule video, right? If you go back and watch that, we talk about how that symbol was basically what the Greeks considered to be a gatekeeper of heaven, right? That's the reason it looks like that. He's supposed to be like the bouncer of the, you know, Olympus. You feel me? He's the bouncer of Olympus, the centaur, right? So that being the case, right? He's the guardian of the gate to heaven. What's the thing that they tell you is going to get you to heaven these days, right? He's the guardian of the gate to heaven and has the holiday of love, right? Valentine's Day, right? So what is the new gateway in Christian, you know, Catholic society, all that type of stuff that's gonna get you to heaven? What do they teach us that we have to have? Love. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That's their gateway symbol. That's what they're using if you want to go that deep with it, right? That's what they want to teach us. That's gonna get them to where they know everybody's trying to go at the end of the day. And it started back then with this guy, right? They made that feast day back then, and it's transpired to what it is now. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, he's just a gatekeeper for their heaven.
So now let's go back to Lupercalia. Once again, they will worship Lupercus, the god of this particular so-called folly day, right? They will sacrifice a dog and a goat. The blood from that dog and the goat was wiped on the foreheads of two men, then wiped off of their foreheads by sheep's wool and placed in milk. Why they don't go into that, right? But after that, these two men who were only covered with goat skins will go around. They will run around the city, as you can see in the top left, I believe is showing in these pictures, and they will beat women with these goat skins, right? Why did they beat the women?
There you go.
Why would they beat the women with the goat skins? According to the Romans, they beat the women with the goat skins because they believed that by beating women with the strips of goat skins, that pregnant women will have an easier labor, and unfertile women will become fertile, and women will actually line up to be beaten by these goat skins, right? Now, also during this time, they say that the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus, was nurtured by a she-wolf. This thing is all over the place.
And that's why there's a wolf right here.
Right there, exactly. It's all over the place. There's so much stuff, it's crazy, right? This is the background of what you're celebrating. But we ain't done yet. Because I got more and he got some, and this is about to be crazy, right?
But like I said, right? The reason I think it's all love is because that's the new gateway to what this feast day has now become, right? What you're seeing is is how it's transpired. Because just like Christmas, right? Everybody's seen the videos every camp has done on Christmas, where it started overseas as a completely different folly day than what it is over here in America, right? Over here it means gifts, over there it meant slavery, right? So it's like it's no different here. What this is, you're seeing the literal transformation of this folly day. It starts off as a folly day, about a centaur. Then they want to, grow the myth in the story. So they add a she-wolf to it, right? Damn near making it a story like the Odyssey or something, to where it like damn near never ends, right? You see the pictures of the she-wolf with the kids and everything, right? And the kids are drinking.
That's why I want you to pull up.
You feel what I'm saying? So so they add this story to the myth, and it just goes on and on, right? Until they decide what exactly they want this story to be about, right? Which it becomes love. So now love is what the holiday is about. Now, instead of them showing you she-wolves as the symbol for it, or a centaur, right? Which you wouldn't think of love in this society. They might have thought of that in that society back then because they were pagans and they were weird, right? But now they've made love a thing about a heart, right? The thing that's supposed to be pumping blood through your body, which is still weird as hell, right? But y'all don't think like that because y'all just associate that heart with, if they color it pink, it means love now all of a sudden, right? It don't mean blood. Right? So it's like that's the social conditioning aspect of it, right? So you're just seeing the literal transformation of the folly day, how it's transformed into, being about love now, as opposed to what it was originally about, which was just different ways to procreate and all the different, vulgar ways that Esau likes to do it, whether it's dog brothels or horses, right? Or both, which is what the centaur represents. Got me? All right, go ahead. Al.
Hey, now, because we about to get into the assimilation into Christianity, right? Because around these times, Christianity is starting to become popular. So a change has to be made. All right, so boom. Let's go into it. Now, Lupercalia is believed to be a connection with the Greek worship of the god Pan, right? Usalaki. It's supposed to be has something to do with the Greek worship of the god Pan and the festival of Arcadian Lycia. I'm probably tearing it up, right? But Pan can be traced back to Baal. We already know who Baal is according to the.
Hold on, I'm about to show him. Because they all know what Baal looks like, right? He's a man with horns. He's a centaur, right? Watch how the Greeks just copy and paste whatever they want to paste and copy, right? So there he is, right? So we've got Pan, we've got Lupercus, right?
I'm about to list them all when we finish. It's a lot.
2 different people so far, right? As it stands right now, and they're based off the same God, but there's the different representation of this same God, right?
There's a Greek one and a Roman one,
right? And he's got like so this one's got a flute in his hand, right? He's playing music, and in certain cultures they even teach that music, there's such thing as a music of love or something like that, right? They get that whole aspect from the Greeks, and this dude right here. Go ahead.
Salaki, you know how these neighbors is upstairs. They got to stomp when they walk, like they listen to Kirk Franklin or something. All right, now, boom. So Pan can be traced back to Nimrod, right? Now this is how crazy this is. This all goes back to, you can all trace this all the way back to Nimrod. How this is Rome's version of worshiping Nimrod, right?
Hey, Salaki, you know what's crazy?
What's up?
If I'm not mistaken, this nigga is who Brandon T. Jackson played in that movie with the white boy when there was the Greek gods and stuff. He was like handicapped or something. He was this guy.
So now, the month February. What is the significance of the month of February? Right, the month of February was sacred to the goddess Juno, aka February. I don't know, it's February, but that's where you get February from, right? Now, she is the goddess of fever of love, marriage, and women. So this is why this is now. You can see why they talk about the springtime, and then it's also attributed to the goddess of women.
Hey, Salaki.
Where the worship of women comes into play.
Exactly. Say that last part again.
This is where the worship of women comes into play.
Now, what did we say? What's the whole aspect that we've been building so far, right? How this folly day is just another aspect of how they use love as a gatekeeping solution, right? Or a gatekeeping aspect for society and how they want it to run. They want us to forgive them. So what they got to teach us? Love, right? They want the woman to be above us. So the woman, happy wife, happy life. But what do you show her to keep her happy? Love, right? What did they show the woman in the movies, the Disney Channel, in the Nickelodeon, in the Cartoon Network that they want when they get older, and the fairy tales and stuff like that, right? Love, right? In the way that Esau describes it and stuff like that, right? In liberty, right, is what they teach you is what you're supposed to have here in order to show that love. Love anybody you damn want, right? Liberty, 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 freedom, freedom, freedom. The Bible tells us don't let that liberty be a stumbling block for those of you that are weak, right? Watch what this nigga looks like right here, that woman that we talk about. This is Lady Liberty from the Greeks. This is the god Juno that the brother Judah was just talking about, huh? Judah speaking about Juno in February, and it looks like Lady Liberty.
Yo, you tripping. Right. So boom. All right. So the month of February was attributed to the goddess, or sacred to the goddess Juno, right? This is how we know that all these different days of the names of the months, they don't have anything to do with us because they also have a pagan background, right? Now, the goddess of fever of love, marriage, and women. Her day, the day of her celebration, is the same day as Valentine's Day. It was February 14th.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Let me show that again. I thought I saw it on here just now. Damn, I didn't read it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Con. Now, on that day, eligible young men will write their names on slips of paper. Now, let's go back to elementary school for a second, brethren and sisterin. Let's go back to elementary school and tell me what this sounds like. Right? Now, that some say it's the 15th, some say it's the 14th. Well, for my studies, her day of her celebration was the 14th. Right? But let's go back to elementary school. And y'all let me know in the chat what this sounds like. On the day of Juno, eligible young men wrote their names on slips of paper and put them in a large bowl, right? And each man drew a name. Whatever name you drew was your partner for that day. What does that sound like when we was in elementary school? And your mom will go to Walmart and get that big thing. And it said, they all said the same thing, but it was from and to, and you all pick something. There we go, right there. Be my Valentine. This is where that custom that we grew up in school doing, this is where it came from. Right? Now, watch this. That person who you pull is your Valentine or your partner for the day. During the day.
For how long?
For the day.
For the month?
The day.
For the week?
The day.
Damn.
That was basically your booty call.
Wait. So, do you get this girl a gift?
Yeah.
So it might. So that means it costs money, right? So it's the same thing, right? Nothing new under the sun. They buying a chick a gift, really expensive one, right? On Juno Februata, however you say the crap, right? Juno Februata, right? The goddess of the fever of love. That's what they called it, right? The fever of love. Right? So, yeah, that's what that is. That's crazy.
Yep. Hey, so that day, you get to do whatever you want with that partner for the whole day.
Yep.
Now, sometimes they'll go out, they get to liking each other. Right. And sometimes they'll get to liking each other, depending on how it was, and they'll end up getting married. But the majority of the time, that was your partner.
Or that be the day at the year that you get to try whatever,
Right.
you wanted
Whatever
to try and
freakish
see if
thing you
you
want to do.
liked it or not.
Hold
And
up. There's a question in the chat.
Keep it moving.
There's a question in the chat. What if you pull another man's name? What do you think the Romans were doing?
Well, yeah, what you think? There was, I've got Michael.
No? Was the Romans saying, "Oh, hold on, Miss Ma'am, I pulled a man's name"? What do you think?
Caesar. Okay, great. Let's me in that direction.
Right.
That's how they was acting. Because that's how they get down. That's how they teaching our people to get down, brother.
Now, let's go into the origin of the name of Valentine's Day, like we went into earlier, right? Valentine's Day is named after it. Now you have two different schools of thought, right? Because there's one main Roman Catholic saint, then there's also multiple of them, but there's one in particular that we're going to talk about, right? But they all of their name was Valentine or Valentino, something of that nature, right? Now, this man Valentino, the one that we're going to talk about, he wore a ring with the god Cupid on it, so he can be recognized, right? Why? There was a man named Claudius II, right? He was a ruler at that time. There was a military draft going on at that time. The only way you can dodge the draft if you were a married man. So single men were just getting married because they didn't want to go to war. He was losing fights because his men were so weak from not being at home, right? He would keep them out for long periods of time away from their wives. It got to the point where he banned marriage altogether so men couldn't skip the draft. So this man, Valentine or Valentino, he didn't believe in that. He was like, no, that's not right. So he started marrying people on the low. He was performing the marriages behind closed doors, right?
He became a love doctor.
He was a love doctor, man.
You don't want to go to war? You got somebody you love?
Come to the love doctor.
Come to the love doctor. I'll marry you both.
Now, mind you, on the low. Now, mind you, he wore a ring of Cupid so he could be recognized by the people who were trying to get married. Now, all this word got back to Claudius. Claudius had him arrested, right? Now, during his time in jail, people would write him notes and give him flowers, talking about how love is better than war. This is where your Valentine's Day cards come from.
Don't that sound familiar? Love is better than war.
Now,
why would they have to say that? Because they didn't want to go to war.
This brother here wicked.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. But that's the real reason why. If you ever, I actually know that nigga. He lived right down the street in Atlanta, right? He'll tell you he got interviews and all that type of stuff, right? From when he was out there. He made his name that because he was liking the glory of the Christians, right? He looked up Love Doctor and Cupid and all that type of stuff and made his last name Valentino because he wanted to be an R&B singer.
Now, all right, crazy. Now, so during that time, he actually fell in love with Claudius' daughter, and she was doing the same thing, right? Now, this guy Valentino.
Wait, she was marrying people?
Nah, they fell in love with each other. She wasn't marrying people.
Oh, okay.
No. So, mind you, like I said, they were giving each other. They was writing notes to this man and giving him flowers about how love is better than war. And while he fell in love with Claudius' daughter, he will write her notes and say, "Love Valentine, be my Valentine." This is where your Valentine's Day cards come into play. Everything has an origin. Now, right? Guess what day that after he was tortured, guess what day he died or he was executed? Yep, Valentine's Day, February 14th. Right?
Coincidence.
Say it again.
It wasn't a coincidence.
Now we're about to go into the switching of the pagan day and how they try to Christianize it. All right, so let's get into it. Pope Gelasius declared Valentine's Day a holy day. He declared Valentine's Day a holy day in honor of Valentino, right? Instead of Lupercus. Why did he do that? Because this man was trying to take the pagan day and switch it into a so-called Christian holiday by giving it a Christian name because there was a saint named Valentine, right?
So it's called Saint Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But
Now,
it's really after that first nigga.
right.
That
Now,
was tortured.
Luke,
Valentino.
right. Exactly.
Bobby Valentino.
This brother.
1.0.
Right? So now, this was supposed to be to give it a Christianized name, right? Instead of doing away with the paganism, because this is during the rise of Christianity when Christianity is starting to get popular. So instead of doing away with the paganism, they tried to Christianize it by changing the name and some of the rituals, right? Mm-hmm. What was some of the rituals that was changed? They claimed that they were appalled by the immorality, right? And the sexual things that was going on out in the open. So now all the sexual things that you would do in the open, where do you do it? Behind closed doors now, right? What else was changed? Instead of you picking a name to see who your partner was for the day, they changed it to where little boys and little girls with the cards in the bowl that we had in elementary school, they will pick a name, and instead of each other's names being in the bowl, it was martyrs, martyred saints' names in the bowl. And whoever's name you pick, instead of that being your partner for the day, you had to act like that martyred saint. They tried to make it into a Christian holiday and with Christian rituals, right? You were expected to act like them for the day, right? They did this because pagans were converting into Christianity, but they refused to get rid of Valentine's Day and Lupercalia. So they tried to mask it by doing other things, right? Now, in the Middle Ages, Valentine's Day became incorporated with love. My thing is this. Why the hell they don't use a brain? They use a heart. They don't use a brain. You don't love with this. But anyway, right?
I told you why. They love blood.
Right. Now, all right, because this gets deep. This ain't so much we're going to get scriptures in the end, because I'm almost done. And he's going to go, and we're going to get scriptures in the end. But this is a historical lesson, right?
Yeah, I got some history for y'all.
So I'm almost done. So Venus was the mother of Cupid. We talked about how there's a Roman god or goddess that's attributed to a Greek god or goddess, right? So we're going to get into it. Venus is supposed to be the mother of Cupid. She was supposed to be the god of love, beauty, fertility, and sexual immorality, such as prostitution, right? She is attributed to the Greek goddess Aphrodite or Aphrodite, right? What happened?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's true though. That's funny. That is funny. Like, we've been lost in everything.
No, right? I'm laughing about that word, bro. That word is funny.
What, Aphrodite?
Yeah, I don't like her name, bro. That's so funny.
Yeah, it does sound like something crazy. Now, so Venus is the Roman goddess. Aphrodite is the Greek goddess, right? Now, her favorite flower was supposed to be the red rose, right? So since she was associated with love, the red rose became associated with love.
Right?
Now, since Venus was associated with love and the red rose was associated with love, and Valentine's Day was associated with Venus and these other guys, guess what was associated with Valentine's Day? The red rose. Because it was associated with love, right? Now, her son Cupid is a pagan god as well. He ain't this cute little Edomite, unmelanated boy with wings and a diaper on and a arrow with y'all seen it in the thumbnail, man.
Salaki out of wine.
Go ahead.
When has Esau ever been cute?
I don't know. I don't know. Right? Hey, I don't know. Right? So now,
Hey man, I can't let this lie.
go ahead. I
Because
knew you was gonna do it right. I knew you was gonna do it, bro.
it goes along the way.
I knew you was gonna do it.
Just because he said it. Just because he said it. Right? I gotta
I knew
do
he
it.
was gonna do it.
I gotta do it. The name Aphrodite, right? There's a lot of people don't know this. The reason why they called that word that he put on there, I want to say it because of the algorithm, but y'all can see it in the chat, right? The reason they made that word have her name in it is because there was a dual worship of Aphrodite, right? Some of the pagans believe she's the god of sex and
Beauty, fertility, love, and immoral sex.
Okay, yeah, right. So immoral sex and all that stuff, because of that, they figured she was a woman. The reason she had like this covering on all the time at the bottom, but she never covered anything at the top, was because they said she had a male part, right? So yeah, and y'all can look up what that word is. I'm not gonna go into that, you know what I'm saying? But it's the same concept. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah. That's the dual worship. And if you go into what we were talking about earlier, with how now they've made this holiday, at least in modern times now, the way that they're pushing it, as far as the television and commercials and all that type of stuff, them putting Dwayne Wade's son out there a week before that, 2 weeks before that, right? They're making it about that community right now, right? And parading that community on this folly day. And it's gonna get worse as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? So her being like Aphrodite basically is she's got a part in this too. You're worshiping her on this folly day is what the brother's bringing out. If you didn't catch that, right? Because he's related to what's the dude name? Lupercus, the original, right? So yeah.
Now, Cupid, right? We started talking about Cupid. He's a pagan god as well. He's a Roman pagan, right? Pagan god. He's the counterpart of the Greek pagan god Eros. Cupid, the Roman god, Eros, the Greek god, right? All Esau. Now, if you haven't noticed this, what did I say about Valentino? Put in the chat, right? Don't nobody blurt it. Put in the chat what was on Valentino's ring again? Somebody put that in the chat real fast, real quick. What was on Valentino's ring? Because I want to let y'all know that the Christian church is a break off of Catholicism. It's known. That's a known fact. Jasmine V and Shemaiah and Aura said Cupid. Right? Everybody got it right. All praise. I see more people. Everybody got it right. So if Christianity is a breakoff of Catholicism, and all of these guys that we have named had a Roman god, which had a Greek counterpart, what is Christianity? This brother's retarded. Y'all brothers off.
Right? Bro.
So if all these Roman if these Roman gods, Catholicism comes from Rome, Christianity comes from Catholicism, what is Christianity? Christianity is pagan, because it is the origin of Christianity is a pagan religion with pagan gods.
Y'all should have known that already, though, man. For real.
For real. But this is just proving it, right? Now, boom. So, like I said, Cupid's Greek counterpart was the god Eros. He was a son of Mercury and Venus. Why is this important? Mercury was supposed to be the messenger of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And because Venus was the goddess of love, put them two together, Cupid was the messenger of love. That's why he's sending arrows.
And what the arrows got on it?
A heart.
That card and a heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right?
The love blood and the card got the girl name on it. Mm-hmm.
So boom, what is when he hits you with that arrow, what is he supposed to do? He's piercing people with arrows, causing them to fall in love. Right?
The arrow's supposed to make you get sick right? And you catch that love fever.
That fever, exactly.
And when you wake up, you're in love with the person. That was the original thing, but to speed it up, they made it just for the cartoons, and then you
right. Tom and Jerry,
and the heart start going around your head and stuff. That's you catching the fever. You know what I'm saying? And then you in love with the person.
Now, what have we went over? Because I'm about to yield to
right. Wait, hold on. So fall in love, right? It was to fall sick, wake up in love, fall in love. That was the original connotation of it, right?
Come.
Yeah.
So now, what have we went over? Because I'm about to yield it. All right, what have we went over in this portion? How $18.2 billion is spent on this day. That's ridiculous, number one. Number two is named after Saint Valentine, who's a believer of pagan gods. After the feast day or the festival Lupercalia in the worship of Lupercus, right? And so, boom, go all the way down. Kowal, go get me Exodus 20:3 one more time. And I'm going to show you how many different gods you're worshiping by celebrating this folly day. Watch this. Read it.
God, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
You should not have no other gods before Yahweh thy power. Right? Now watch this. By worshiping or celebrating Valentine's Day, right? You're low-key worshiping Lupercus. You're worshiping Cupid. You're worshiping Venus. You're worshiping Nimrod. You're worshiping Aphrodite. You're worshiping Valentino.
Pan.
Right? Pan, Valentino, Juno, and Eros. You're worshiping
Lady Liberty. They're the same person. The statue.
Right.
The real
You're worshiping 9 different gods. Just some are Greek, some are Roman. But they have the same attributes. It said, thou shalt not worship any god before me. But you are unknowingly worshiping 9 different pagan deities.
Did you mention Cupid?
Come.
Okay.
Yep. 9 different pagan deities by celebrating Valentine's Day. Now, I got
scripture. Oh, wait, 10.
Which other one?
Your girl.
Ah, right. 10. You right. We forgot because one of those, who was it? Who was it? Juno. She was the goddess of women.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I got scriptures. We're going to bring them out after Elia does his portion. But I just want y'all to remember all of these things while he goes into his history.
Yeah, mine's going to just literally let me back on what you said. I ain't going to say nothing really too different, except give a little bit more clarity to it. So this is actually from the History Channel, right? So everybody knows it's for real. History of Valentine's Day, right? This was done February 11, 2022, just a couple of days ago, right? But it was originally done December 22nd, 2009, okay? So it says Valentine's Day occurs every February 14th across the United States and in other places around the world, but not everywhere because obviously it's a Greek holiday, so only the places where the Greeks and the Romans are at now would be the places that are celebrating that stuff, right? Anyway, places around the world, candy, flowers, gifts are exchanged between loved ones, all in the name of Saint Valentine. But who is this mysterious saint? Where did these traditions come from? Find out about the meaning of the history of Valentine's Day from the ancient Roman ritual of Lupercalia that welcomes spring to the card-giving customs of Victorian England. Okay? So it's going to start with the legend of Saint Valentine, right? You see, it's a cracker in a jail cell. Looks just like Jesus, doesn't it? The God of love now. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That's something to me. I think that's something. Anyway, it says, where did Valentine's Day originate from? The history of the holiday and the story of its patron saint is shrouded in mystery. We do know that February has long been celebrated as the month of romance, right? Long been celebrated by who as the month of romance? The Romans and the Greeks, right? Edomites. And the Saint Valentine's Day, as we know it today, contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman tradition. But who was Saint Valentine, and how did he become associated with this ancient rite? The Catholic Church recognizes three. Damn, how we jump straight to the Catholic Church. Ain't that crazy? The God of love looked just like Jesus Christ, the God of love now. That's what they say he is, right? The God of love. Jesus, God is love, right? He the God of love, right? And this looked just like him. They bound down to him in the jail cells. They scared of whatever he got in his hand. I don't know what that is, the ball of love. I don't know. But, and then it jumps straight to the Christian church, right? It says the Christian church recognizes at least three different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all of whom were martyred. One legend contains that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, right? How does a priest end up associated with love? That's crazy. When Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families, this is what Judah was talking about, he outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing that the injustice of the decree, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages of the young lovers in secret, right? So I don't understand what marriage he's performing here, if that's what he's doing, but there's nothing but dudes in here.
I think that's when he was in jail.
I'm just saying, it's a little, they said he continued to perform. All right, yeah. So when Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered him to be put to death. Still, others insist that it was Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop who's still got something to do with the church, who was the true namesake of the holiday, Salaki, holiday. He too was beheaded by Claudius II outside of Rome. Claudius was a bad boy, bro. Crazy. In other stories, it suggests that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons where they were often beaten and tortured. Okay, that must be what this is about. He don't like he helping nobody escape nothing, though. Like they looking at a ball. That like the look. Don't that look like the toy where you're supposed to catch the ball in the cup? Or am I tripping?
It too. It's a love ball.
These niggas was crazy. So, let's just jump down. So that's basically, Saint Valentine, right? Said the origins of the Valentine's Day, a pagan festival in February. While some believing that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which probably occurred around AD 270, others claim that the Christian church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, there's proof out there, apparently, allegedly, that he died on a different day than February 14th or around that day, per se, right? And that they just made it around then because of the February being the month of love in Christian society, right? And them needing to make a folly day for that. So they made this, right? Basically slap that in the middle of the month. So yep. All right. It says celebrated in the in the Ides of February or February 15th, Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as to the Roman founders Romulus and Remus. All right. So I ain't gonna look them up. I don't care who they are. Yeah, that's just some more gods. So I guess that's if we're just looking at Lupercalia, there's 3 gods associated with that. So if you keep your girl in that, that would be what 13
12.
people that you're worshiping. 12 people?
12 people.
12 people that you're worshiping at this point, right? Well, Fontus, Romulus, and
Fondness is just another name for somebody else. Yeah. That's
okay.
somebody. That's just one of them. It's just another name.
All right. Yeah, so 12 then. Okay. So look at that, man. The list just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's crazy. To begin the festival, members of the Luperci an order of Roman priests. Damn, that's crazy. They even named the order of priests after this jump. The order of the Luperci. That sounds like a damn Rosicrucian group or something, don't it? That's great. All right. The order of the Luperci, an order of Roman priests, would gather at a sacred cave where the infant Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were believed to have been cared for by a she-wolf. Okay.
That's what we went to earlier.
Yeah. So that's what you was talking about earlier, right? And that's
Mhm.
the pictures we were talking about. Okay. Got it. So that's based off of the order of the Luperci in a story that some priest gave them. Okay. That is ridiculous. All right. So Valentine's Day, meaning day of romance and love. It says Lupercalia survived its initial rise of Christianity, but was outlawed as it was deemed unchristian. Okay. And which it still is if the Christians are supposed to be people that follow the Bible. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the 5th century, when Pope Gallicius declared February 14th Saint Valentine's Day, it was not until much later, however, that the day became definitively associated with love. So I guess originally Saint Valentine's Day was really about the death of this dude Valentino or whatever, but later on it became associated with love. Like brother said, it was in the Middle Ages and stuff like that, right? So I'm not gonna go too deep into that. Who was Cupid? Cupid is often portrayed as a Valentine's Day card as a naked cherub, right? Why is he naked? Because, well, love, right? And you got to think of also who his parents are and the gods that they're associated with, the people that we showed you before, and how they're also associated with love. One of them, this one right here, Aphrodite, also being associated with what's it called? Immoral love, right? In all the different ways that's possible. So yeah, keep that in mind too as you read this. So Cupid is often portrayed on Valentine's Day cards as a naked cherub launching arrows of love at unsuspecting lovers, right? And they made him a cherub for a reason, by the way. But the Roman god Cupid has his roots in Greek mythology as a Greek god of love, Eros, right? Which would be his real name in the Greek, right? Eros. When you go look up the Olympus stuff, that's what they would have called Cupid. Um, Accounts of his birth, the thing was the Greek god wasn't a cherub, right? The reason they call Cupid is because that's supposed to be a play on him being a cherub. Eros was a regular god with wings. I don't even know if he had a damn bow and arrow for real. I think that might be something they just added to him recently. You know what I'm saying? But says accounts of his birth vary. Some say he was the son of Nyx and Erebus, others of Aphrodite and Ares. Still others suggest that he is the son of Isis and Zephyrus, or even Aphrodite and Zeus. So they don't even know who his damn daddy is. Yep. So if y'all ever seen Hercules, he was the one that was flying around giving messages to everybody. Because he's the messenger. Like Judah brought out before. All right. So and last typical Valentine's Day greetings and gifts, right? In addition to the United States, Valentine's Day is celebrated in Canada and Mexico, and the United Kingdom, France, and Australia. In Great Britain, Valentine's Day began to be popularly celebrated around 17th century, right? So you see, it's popular in all the places that the Edomites are at in Mexico, where they're enslaving our people, right? Well, so this is also where the Edomites are at. By the Middle Ages, or by the middle of the 18th century, I should say, it was common for friends and lovers of social classes to exchange small tokens of affection or handwritten notes. And by the 1900s, printed cards began to replace written letters due to improvements in printing technology, right? So that's why they got the printed cards and everything like that. And you're not actually writing letters to everybody, but it's supposed to have the same concept. So that was just a little bit of that. So now you guys got a little bit of history, right? And so it lines up with everything that Judah said, right? And from there, we're gonna
Scriptures, man. Oh, you got that video? That's right. I'm sure.
yeah, that's some videos.
It's a lot.
Why mean to say that? What's going on?
What happened?
Wait. She ain't like what I was saying or something? All right. It's crazy. All right. What am I show? Okay. So I got video, right? Just to show you guys how crazy our people have gone. If you were at the beginning, or if you were here at the beginning of class, right? You heard us talking about how brothers will go to extreme lengths now, right? Due to the worship of the woman being a thing that they've now added to this folly day, right? Because we see worshiping women wasn't really in none of the stuff that we spoke about. It was all about love and fertility and immoral love and all this other stuff, right? Not really worshiping, just giving a gift to show that you're, giving a gift to show that you like somebody or you care about somebody, you think about somebody, whatever it might be, right? Or that you want this person to be the person that you're messing with for the day. But it's like, so look, what exactly is it that, what is it exactly that the people were trying to pinpoint with this feast day, right? What they've now moved it to, as opposed to love, is the whole immoral love aspect of it. So now we're wholly and solely on the Aphrodite aspect of the folly day now, right? And part of the immoral love is the worship of your female counterpart, right? If you don't have a female counterpart and you're in that realm of society, you got a counterpart, but it's not a female. Or if you are a female and you don't got a male counterpart, whatever it might be, right? Or you got an Aphrodite, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? For the immoral lovers out there.
Yeah.
I live in Atlanta, so it's prevalent out here. But that type of stuff is what they've moved the folly day to being about now, right? So just to give you guys some examples, the first one being the worship of the woman, right? Extreme worship of the sisters. We got the young people's favorite couple, right?
Miss Plastic Doll herself.
And the stupid nigga that, strips naked when he's in trouble.
Yo, I forgot about that. That's wild.
I ain't forget. I'm from up here. He ain't never living that down. You from my hood.
You're the big one.
You really love me.
So look, remember we spoke about money, how much they spend. How much you said it was, Judah, that we spend on Valentine's Day in America?
$18.2 billion.
All right, so Offset helped tremendously in that effort this year by giving her a $10,000 heart flower, right? Not to mention the other tower flowers that he had in the house as well, right?
So, Lockie, real quick.
Oh, and he filled the pool with it as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you back it up to where you was at and hit play again and then stop it?
Right there?
Wherever you started from, yeah.
I mean, this is the beginning of the video. I started it from way over here. 33 seconds. We're going to get
Go ahead, hit from there.
You want me to start right there?
No. When they was outside.
Okay.
I want y'all to hear what she said. Go ahead.
Okay, let me back up right here.
You're the big one.
You really love me.
Nah.
So a nigga gotta buy you a $12,000 heart flower, and this let me real quick.
Yeah, no, wait, not give you kids, not buy you a 23,000 square foot house that costs
Not
like
pay the bills and be a
$5
provider,
million,
bro.
not buy you a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce and stuff. They gotta get you
But no
10 gallons of flowers and make a heart out of it.
No, wait. This is why women stay in relationships. Salakia sisters.
Steve, you stupid. I'm sorry. I had to say
I'm gonna say this. This is why not these beautiful sisters in the chat, but this is why sisters stay in relationships where they get their head beat in. Because you could do something like this, and she's gonna say, "You really love me." That's showing, leading with my wallet. So all I gotta do is pull this out, and I love you. It's not taking care of you. It's not praying for you. It's not teaching you the Bible. It's not providing for the household. It's none of that.
You know what it is doing? It's showing her this. That's all it's showing.
And you know how she shows you she really loves you? By giving up the korban. And saying thank you.
Thank you. I gotta put the kids to sleep.
I heard a girl say on Valentine's Day before, you gotta buy me something expensive, but your gift is me.
Thank you. I hope you pay for the pool guy to come clean it up tomorrow.
Adewanium, that's off. That's completely off. That's off. How is it that I'm coming out of my pocket with all of this money to spend for you, and that's all that you do and give back? Like, yo.
She said, your gift is me. But wait, Salaki, I don't remember paying a virgin's price for you, sis.
Time.
But
hold on, I'm gonna show you what she said afterwards, right?
I ain't gonna go into that.
Because here's the thing, right? She made a statement the day before, not knowing that he was gonna only get her flowers, but it was just gonna be a bunch of them. She said, if he only gets you flowers, you get him grass. So I bet this nigga just got a nice big patch of Bermuda or something like that, right? Put in the front yard. That's all he got. Because
never mind.
He got about 10 football fields worth.
No, he got a patch with his name in it. It said Offset.
Hey, check your phone, Adawan.
You can put it on the wall in the studio.
Check your phone.
I'm about to I'm gonna play the rest of this and then I'm gonna show y'all what she said. Oh damn, she screamed, that's funny, yo. You boy.
Let me go, my sister.
Come out.
I'm so happy.
Wait. I'm trying. All right.
I'm gonna let y'all sisters know something, right? There's a thing called keeping up with the Joneses, right? My ex, when I was in the world, she used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She used to watch, Love and Hip Hop and all of that. All the things that they show on TV is to make y'all feel, because now we have the city girls, this hot girl summer stuff, get that bread, get that and leave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what did the girl say? Give me some money. What I'm gonna do with $200?
What I'm gonna do with $200, Steven?
This is where this comes from. Because you regular brothers, we can't do this. We can't do this. So now it's making your man might have cooked you dinner, some nice little lamb chops, and you know what I'm saying?
What am I doing lamb chops, nigga?
But Cardi B got flowers everywhere.
Why you ain't give me no flowers?
Them flowers that filled up that house, all them flowers that was in that pool and in that house will be in your little 900 square foot apartment from the ceiling to the floor, wall to wall. You don't have no room for all of that.
You know why? Because earlier that day, you bought her a nice bouquet that you could hold with your hand. And when you looked at her, she had just seen this on Instagram, right? And remember what I told you? They see the comments. The girls start writing. Here, wait, hold up. So hold on.
This is about to get on me, man.
Hold on. I got to do it before I finish the rest of that video. Because they see the comments. They see her write something like this, right? It says, breaking news. Cardi B says a man's Valentine's Day gift should be cheaper than what he gives you. Quote, if he buys you flowers, you buy him grass, right? So that being the case,
I wish y'all would.
What this nigga just bought her was flowers. And she didn't know that was her surprise, but that's what she got, right? Flowers.
I'm sure she got something else.
So I'm sure he got,
look at all them Roman Catholic candles.
Yeah. So, look, Eve is wilding, bro, because Eve is now going to look at this. You give her the bouquet. She take the bouquet from you, start beating you with it. Nigga, why you ain't give me more flowers? You only love me this much? Huh? Look what Cardi B just got from Offset. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm gonna do with some roses,
What I'm gonna do with a
Byron?
little handful of roses, Steven? Right? And the reason it's like that is because it's girls on the Instagram that's commenting off of what Cardi just said, right? If he gets you flowers, get him grass. His gift should be considerably less than yours. So if he want a nice gift, he got to get you a nice gift. Hint,
If I don't
hint.
get you nothing, you gonna leave? You promise?
You want that Rolex watch you said you want for Valentine's Day?
I need an AP.
I need an AP. Right? The skeleton. Bust down. You understand me? So it's like, bruh, this is what they got our women doing. This is the female worship, right? Aspect of it. This is the Aphrodite Juno aspect of the folly day, right? It's not just Cupid. It's not just love. It's what you did to get the love, right? To get love from Cardi B, he had to do all of this. For her to believe he loved her, he had to do all of this, right?
Once again, this is
he's a nigga with a lot of money. So how you think the brother that's broke gonna feel? The brother broke in the world. He see this girl mad. He gonna.
That's the point. That's the point.
Damn. So now I got to save up all my checks from January next year, just so I can buy this girl a damn.
Yo, there's a sister somewhere who's seen this and whose man brought them whatever he can afford today,
and he got shot.
Not appreciative.
He got shot.
What I'm gonna do with these roses?
I bet tomorrow we look on the news, a brother got shot for not giving a good enough Valentine's Day gift. Because last year, a sister got, I think her husband got her some lingerie or something, and it's a whole video online of her beating a nigga with the box. I told you I ain't want this.
Hey, bro.
You give me lingerie. Bruh. It's some people in the comments saying, why she just can't be grateful? Other people saying, if he give me that junk every year, why he getting it again?
I'll be looking like that brother who got slapped singing that song. Don't you love when I come around? He brought me some flowers. Look what Cardi B got.
Just look at what Cardi B got. Watch. That's only 2 rooms in the house. They got like 8 of them. Why?
That's OD. That's too much.
It's not a flower missing from the floor anywhere. This nigga watch too many cartoons.
Who gonna clean this?
He is. She said she don't cook it clean.
Lying like Stop. Wait.
I heard that out of wine.
Wait. You just said
she don't clean. She just got that ring. Huh?
You just said that if a man buys you flowers, buy him grass. And it goes to your point, Otto, where you just said, she said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me show you how I got this ring. She did a video afterwards saying she was cleaning. Offset was recording her. This girl saying she don't cook, she don't clean.
I seen
it. She's telling y'all stuff that she ain't doing her stuff. Because watch, she just said, if a man buys you flowers, get her grass. What did she just say? I don't deserve this. She just said it. Which is showing you sisters, and it's not y'all, because I know y'all smarter than this, but it's showing the sisters that don't have the common sense that y'all got. It's showing them that I will rap about this because this is what gets me paid to put the mind state in your head.
In my house,
but I'm gonna do what I gotta do to keep this dude. He don't cheated 2, 3, 4 times
on television.
I'm just saying. Go ahead,
man. Yeah, that's. I mean, he ain't lie. He ain't lie, right? This is just we ain't even brought the scriptures out. This is just us showing you the simpism of our people, right? I just made that up.
That's a new word.
You understand? That's what this is. All right, I'm I'm gonna play a little bit more, and then we're gonna get the next one. All right, so you're right. He did get more than the flowers because she got something else in the box. This nigga paid hella bands. She got nails on. She can't even open it. She had to get somebody else to open it. They had to cut the video and restart it when she got the box back in the hand.
I got that one to buy.
That's a Birkin bag. She said, man, she was making fun of girls for getting a Birkin bag, but she got a Birkin bag for Valentine's Day and she loved that junk.
With flowers.
Crazy. Oh, he bought us some Chanel too. He must have seen the video, y'all. He must have seen the video.
Flop.
Damn. Bought it too.
Hey.
He said, all right, yeah, I know you was making fun of them girls with the Birkin bags. Let me get you the Chanel too so you don't make fun of me.
It's lucky. We got brothers Slim Kabai, yeah, right. We got brothers in our camp who used to be in Greek letter organizations. I came from all of that. We know why y'all use the Greek letter organizations. We also know why y'all use the grit face when y'all cross, because the white PWI organizations wouldn't let you cross their fraternities. So now you have the grit face because you were angry that you couldn't join their fraternities. You had to do your own. It's still Greekish fashions, and we shouldn't be doing it at all.
Yeah, all it is niggas trying to be like their oppressor and envying the ways of their oppressor. So let me make one too. Since they ain't gonna let me in.
That's all it is. You can't put
I can't be a Mason, so let's Prince Hall this thing.
Right. That's all that is.
I can't be a Illuminati, so let's do the 7%ers. I can't be a lawyer, so I'm gonna become a Moor. Like it's the same junk, bruh.
And I ain't trying to get on you, brother, but we not about to try to diminish that. And like that's something cool to be doing, because the same things that you have to do to cross those fraternities and sororities is the same things those Greeks were doing to you. So we're not. Hey, I love you, brother, but we ain't gonna do that, King. Go ahead, Otto.
I'm gonna cut that one off. Hold on, let me find this other video. So that's just to show you the simplism of the people, man. You know, this is one brother, right? Think of the dudes that got more money than him, but still got women that act like Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Because Cardi B she's damn near worth $100 million right now.
20 million.
No, he's worth 20 million.
He's worth 26 million. She's worth 20.
She's worth more than that.
I promise you, she's worth 20.
She's worth more than that.
20 cents.
Cause I seen something online the other day about that. But she worth some money. You know what I'm saying? She's worth more than he is. And she's got him buying gifts for her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he's gonna also have to pay to clean all of that stuff back up afterwards. You know?
Oh, yes.
But another aspect, right? Before we get into the scripts, another aspect, like I was talking about earlier, they got the transsexuals and stuff like that, the homosexuals and all that type of stuff out there prevalent on commercials and everything like that the last couple of weeks before Valentine's Day, right? They also want you, while you're thinking about love, to love those type people, right? They want them to be getting love from people and stuff like that. So, yeah, just if you've been paying attention to the news or whatever, within the last 2 weeks, Dwayne Wade's son did a tribute to Kobe Bryant, right? For when he passed away and stuff like that. And the tribute, the little boy has on a long ass Kobe Bryant jersey that they sewed little like flares onto that the girls would normally put on like a prom dress or something, right? And he wore it outside and took pictures and posted it and basically made like Instagram posts, you know, tribute to Kobe Bryant, right? There's a brother named Kwame Brown. They call him the Bust, right? He came out of high school and sucked in the NBA and then, you know, went off to make a YouTube channel that's doing better than what he did in NBA. But he's as far as his intellect and everything like that and his way of thinking, he's basically a cross between an Israelite and a Moor. You know what I'm saying? He says things that we say, he says things that they say, and can't make up his mind on which way he want to go for it. So, but he kind of went in on Dwayne Wade and his son, like an Israelite would, right? Explain that Kobe Bryant was a brother that believed in the Bible. He wouldn't have got down like that. He would have approved of you letting your son wear a dress, let alone honor him in the dress and all that other stuff. So, what they did, they end up getting on Kwame Brown, right? And right now they're trying to cancel him and everything like that. And they've got like shows talking about Dwayne Wade's son. They had him doing interviews yesterday and today for Valentine's Day and stuff like that, basically to parade that type of behavior as acceptable, especially on this folly day, right? Reason being is because if you go back to what we said about Aphrodite, right? Her being the god of immoral love, what he does, what he's gonna grow up to be doing would be considered immoral love. You know what I'm saying? And they're parading that, trying to get you to teach your kids that that's acceptable from a young age. Like this little boy, I think he's like 8 or 9 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, he's no older than 10 years old. Can't be. So they got this little boy basically out there just doing whatever he want to do. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So just listen to a little bit of what Kwame said, man, and see if you disagree with anything he say here as to why he's getting canceled and stuff like that.
His child, so I'm going to speak about. But let's get into.
Kobe was Catholic.
He Catholic? Oh, he followed his wife's stuff, huh?
He lived in like Paris because his dad was military.
His dad was German, or I think Germany. I think he lived in Germany. It might have been Paris.
Yeah, he came from Paris.
I think he's from or was born in Rome or something like that. His dad was in the army.
Like that, and then he went to high school in Philly.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey man, this dude Dwayne Wade is a fruit because I don't know how many of y'all seen this dude feed Esau baby food on national television. This dude is a fruit.
Or wear the nail polish, or yeah, he just done a lot of stuff since his son came out his gate recently. I guess to try to support his team, but yeah.
Any man that can completely cross his legs like that is a fruit.
Time.
Dwayne Wade and what he's allowing to happen in his household. And I don't like to speak about a man's child, so I'm going to speak about the man. And as a man, I don't think Dwayne Wade levels up as a man anymore. And that's just my opinion, brother Dwayne Wade. I don't think you level up as a man. You are letting your woman control your house. You played this thing called basketball. This is a game. Kobe Bryant's children are not honoring him by wearing a dress. Crazy. Kobe Bryant's wife is not honoring him by wearing a dress. I don't think nobody else is honoring Kobe Bryant by wearing a dress. Kobe Bryant was a masculine man who went out my shoulder. Kobe Bryant said, I don't give a damn, shoot it with your left hand, wheel it in. This man's mindset was golden. This man's mindset was, I can do anything. And guess where he came from, brother Dwayne? Out of high school. Kobe Bryant, there's not a one thing, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and his daughter. But I understand the mindset that he probably was giving his children. Do you know how great his oldest daughter mentality probably was, having a daddy like Kobe Bryant? That the time that you want to give up, the time that you shoulder, the time that is this, he gonna come to you and say, hey, that the other shoulder work. That old school ancestral nature that Kobe Bryant had. People don't like to talk about that. They want to call him a mamba, but no, that was his ancestors. Kobe Bryant didn't give up on shit. And some people got rubbed the wrong way by that. Hell,
I thought they edited all that out.
Even me at times. But how do you now honor a man with so much masculinity, so much since a teenager, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because that's some of the personal conversations that me and Kobe had. Through Christ, he believed he could do anything. Now,
For those of you that don't know, Kwame actually played with Kobe before Dwayne Wade did. He played with him when he was with the Lakers and stuff. Well, Dwayne, like before him and Dwayne really got cool, Kwame was on the team with Kobe after he got switched over and transferred and stuff. The Lakers is probably the only team Kwame ever really did anything on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
how does that tie in with a teenage kid who feels like he's a woman now? How does that tie in with him putting this man's jersey into a mucking dress?
So that's all I wanted to play there, right? That was the gist of what he said. He just continued to ask that question, right? And kind of go in on him a little bit and stuff. But I ain't gonna play that part because that's when he started cussing. But so all he basically asked was, how exactly do you honor a man that was a believer in the Bible, right? Really masculine, would tell you, he said he told him himself, you know, men on the basketball court and stuff like that. Kwame Brown had a messed up shoulder, couldn't move his arm and stuff like that. And he said that Kobe telling him, you better get it in with your left arm, right? Better do something. Stop, stop crying. So, but he's like, so why would you go out there and think that, like, why is everybody acting like he'd be cool, this type of man? And then he even went into talking about, you know, he raised his daughters like that to kind of be, you know, not delicate, which is not how, you know, he should have raised them to be delicate because they're girls. But, you know, Kobe being in that, you know, they got to be basketball players type mindset. Kwame just told us he attested to Kobe raising his daughters with the man mindset, right? So, ironically, I know he didn't realize this. He was saying that Kobe's daughters was more of a men than Dwayne and his son is. You know what I'm saying? Based off their mindset. And he also went on to say that Kobe wouldn't have approved of a little boy, let alone Dwayne Wade's son, dressing up in a dress to honor him, because his own daughters that are alive right now aren't putting on dresses to honor him, right?
Shit, Gabrielle is more of a man than damn Dwayne Wade is.
Well, yeah. And he mentioned that too. He said, you know, you're letting Gabrielle run your household. He basically said that a little bit after this and stuff like that, right? And then he said it at the beginning too. You know, I'm appalled at the things that Dwayne Wade is letting go on in his household, letting his woman run it and stuff, right? So it's, don't be fooled. The same way we think it's crazy that Dwayne Wade's letting Gabrielle run his household, right? Other celebrities are you know, appalled by it as well, right? So you gotta understand, it looks like almost like Dwayne Wade, he's looking more fruity and stuff like that, more moist, as you like to say, some of your brothers and stuff, right? He's got the facial expressions and he wears clothes like Russell Westbrook now and stuff. And you know, so painting his nails, like that type of stuff. And it's a lot of brothers that's coming out on this type of stuff. If you watch the fight this weekend, Israelite Adesanya had his nails done like a woman. You know what I mean? So his name's Israel Adesanya.
I missed the fight.
And he had his nails done on national television, right? So it's like they're really pushing that narrative right now, especially in this time, because that's what they want us to be on, right? This is the month of love. So they're hoping we give them enough of the love that we want them to have, they'll eventually gravitate to it. It'll be okay, it'll be acceptable, and that's where we at right now. They've given us Valentine's Day so much that now it's love everybody, no matter what they are, who they love, or whatever. You feel me? Just love everybody. So
Israel Adesanya might not be him. The jury's out on him. He might.
Adesanya is definitely an Israelite. His tribe is from our.
I was about to say
Nigerian. He's Yoruba, and his tribe is connected to us.
His swag. He got too much swag to be him. If he was him, he would be walking around with them flip flops on.
And his mama named him Israel. They named him that because he's from one of the Nigerian tribes that believe they're Israelites still. But yeah, he had his nails painted, and nobody asked him no questions in none of the interviews, post-fight, pre-fight, as if it was normal, right? People in the comments, black people, is yo, you got your like his Africans in there. It was Africans. That's how I know that he's his people is Jake. Because the Africans that was on the thing with the Nigerian flag and stuff like that, they was, yo, bro, you don't represent us no more. How you got your nails done like a woman and all this other type of stuff, right?
Why
but
are you gay?
All the American blacks is, oh yeah, like your nails. Oh yeah, like your hair. Oh, dance. How you gonna come out for the fight, right? They're ignoring what everybody else sees, right? What the people that care see is what I should say. Folks that didn't care, the folks that are engrossed in this type of society, they didn't care about it. It's because they've been taught love, everybody, right? So keep that in mind too. Every Valentine's Day, that's what they got going on right now. We can get the scripts now, bro.
Let's get it. So look, we went over the origin of Valentine's Day, where the name came from, all the 12 gods that you're worshiping by worshiping this one folly day. We went over all of that. All right, we went over the agendas that they're pushing around this time of the year. So now let's go into these scripts, and we're gonna wrap it up, man. Kowal, give me Jeremiah 10:1. You already know I want that one off the top.
How many scripts you got?
Not that many, like 6. I'm gonna go through them fast.
Yeah, I'll just wait till you
fast. I'm done. Yeah.
Just wait till you done.
Them Africans ain't going for that homosexuality. They be like, "Why are you gay?" That joke was funny. I'm gonna bring that.
The ones that's not him be on that type of stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, Kowal.
Them mice don't care.
God, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Salaki. Hey man, we supposed to learn not the way of the heathen. Well, any way that the heathen has any customs, we're not supposed to follow after it. Go ahead.
Hey, pause. And you can go back, you know what I'm saying? Homosexuality, love. That was not never our culture. It was war. Love the children of your people only. That's it. That's what we was taught, literally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're the opposite of the love society, which is everybody else on the world or the earth.
Brother Riot, bro. Khan.
Yeah, exactly.
Moist as hell. Go ahead. Keep reading.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Stop right there. The customs of the people are vain. We know that's going to go into the cutting down of the tree in the forest. But we're talking about, it still rings true. The customs of the people are vain. Therefore, we're not supposed to do this. Proverbs 3:31.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
No, you can choose a couple of them because, they changed it into Christian belief.
You choose none of his ways.
This is why we're not supposed to be getting in these Greek fraternities and sororities, whether they're Greek fraternities and sororities or Greek letter. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. If it ain't a Hebrew letter organization, I ain't trying to be in it, doggone it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna have none of those.
Nah, hell nah.
They
I
say,
watched it on the video. Huh?
They don't read paleo. They're not gonna know what we're talking about.
Right. The only Hebrew letter organizations is camps. You know what I mean? All right.
If you want to call us that.
Right.
You know,
so let's get
like
Zephaniah 1.
That's about it.
That's it. Right? Zephaniah 1. And let's go to verse 4. Salaki.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah.
This is what's going to happen to y'all who keep assimilating with these Greekish and Romanish fashions, such as Valentine's Day. Go ahead.
and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cut off the remnant of Baal from
Who?
this place.
The remnant of who?
I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place.
Hold on, Salakia. My bad. That's 13 guys. That's 13 on. We forgot about Baal. We forgot about him. One of your guys that you celebrating Valentine's Day, he's gonna cut him off.
Lucky number 13 on Valentine's Day.
Go ahead. We probably gonna find a 14th one. Go ahead.
And the name of the Chemarims with the priests,
Mm-hmm.
and them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops,
Mm-hmm.
and them that worship and that swear by Yahweh, that swear by Malcham,
Mm-hmm.
and them that are turned back from Yahweh, and those that have not sought Yahweh nor inquired for him.
So y'all that keep celebrating these folly days and Baal and all of them, he's gonna stretch out his hand towards you, and he's going to put you into. He's gonna destroy you, Salaki. He's gonna destroy you. All right, let's keep going. Give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 20, and then we're gonna go to chapter 12 after that.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10. Salakia.
Now I want y'all to remember how a dog and a goat was sacrificed to Lupercus, and the blood was wiped on the foreheads and all these different things. Right? Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Go ahead.
Verse 21, ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
This is why we're supposed to be a set apart people, a holy nation, Kodash, peculiar, set apart, not the same as everybody else, right? We're supposed to be different than everybody else, so we can't be a partaker of Valentine's Day and the 13 gods that they worship with Valentine's Day and a partaker of God at the same time. We can't be both. Go to chapter 12 and read verse 2.
Fine. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 2.
This is how you know this is talking about us and not the other nations. Because we read earlier in Deuteronomy, was it 4 and 9, that God gave the other nations idols to worship. Go ahead.
Fine. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Mm-hmm. Now go to Hosea 4. Let's go to Hosea 4 real fast.
God.
This happened to some of our people before time, right? Hosea 4, was it 17 or 7? Salaki, let me find it. It's towards the end of chapter 4. Hosea chapter 4.
17, I believe that is.
17.
God, it's the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone.
But it says that you was in time past Gentiles, carried away into dumb idols as ye were led. Because our people have always followed after the gods of the other nations and started worshiping idols. We led into idolatry. This is showing you that the other nations cannot be the Gentiles that it's talking about here, because God gave them idols to worship. Go to 1 Kings, it talks about how they made unto themselves idols to worship. So how can you be led into idolatry? You have to be led by somebody into idolatry, right? You have to be led by somebody into idolatry, not you making up your own idols or God giving you an idol. You were led by, our people were led by another nation into idolatry. And once again, through the Roman Catholic Church, we've been led into idolatry of 13, get my fingers right, 13 different gods. Let me do this before somebody say I'm throwing up something stupid. 13 different gods led into idolatry, man. All right, give me 1 Peter 4:1. Right, because I seen a video the other day. Oh, they're throwing up the whatever. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 1. We're gonna read through 4.
4 and verse 1. Okay, got a quick precept for you also, Adawan.
Go ahead, King.
Just going back on the part when you were in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 20 through 21. James chapter 1 and verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So basically, you can't sit here just like in First Corinthians chapter 10, where it says that you can't take the cup of devils and of the Lord. You're being double-minded, and that's like a false balance, as it says in the book of Proverbs. He doesn't like a false balance neither. So you have to be very careful. Either you're for the Lord or you're not.
That's right. That's an excellent precept. Excellent.
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 1. For as much then as Christ have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that suffereth in the flesh have ceased from sin.
So we supposed to cease from sin, right? This folly day was all sorts of lasciviousness and everything else, right? We're gonna go into that. Go ahead.
Verse 2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of God. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness.
Here's the ways of the Gentiles. Lasciviousness, go ahead.
Lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries.
This is Valentine's Day in one verse. All of those things are part of Valentine's Day. Go ahead.
Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Because we're supposed to be a peculiar people. So they're supposed to think it's strange that we're not running to do the same things that they're doing. All right, I got a couple more. Colossians 2 and 8.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after a Mashiach.
Hey, if you let somebody trick you into believing that you can really make the kingdom and you can really be a child of God, you know, worshiping God in spirit and in truth and celebrating this folly day, you have let somebody deceive you through philosophy and vain deceit, man. Point blank, period. Give me 1 Peter 2 and 9. Acts. I think it's 5 and 29. Yeah, come on.
Acts.
About peculiar, not doing 1 Peter. Yeah, Acts 5 and 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
This is why we can't let people spoil us, man, with this philosophy and this vain deceit. Because we're supposed to obey God rather than men. Give me Romans 12 and 2.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So we used to do all these things, but we had to be renewed and transformed, right? Our mind has to be renewed, so we're going in the right direction. That narrow path, man. 2 more. John 17 and 6. 17 and 16, Salaki. John 17 and 16.
Guys, the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
We're not supposed to be of the world, bro. Point blank, period. I'm going to have to reach you a little bit. We're not supposed to be of the world. Because Christ wasn't of the world. Right? We're supposed to be spiritual where these people are very fleshly. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a whole different group of people, man. Last one, give me John 8 and 32, and I'm done. And unmute yourself, Keith. There you go.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Hey, man. Hey, Brother Eliel brought out the truth, the history, and all the things that surround this folly day. I did the same thing. So now you know the truth, right? So you continue to do this willfully after receiving knowledge of the truth. That is on you. This is mainly for my brothers, man. Just say no. It's okay. She can be mad inside. She tough, right? Say no. Period. We ain't doing that over here. I can show you I love you on other days. I don't got to show you that I love you on this day because everybody doing it. See what I'm saying? So with that, I yield.
Huh. Good job. I'm just going to bring out a couple to let me back off what the brother said. Give me Colossians chapter 2 and 8. The reason I want to bring this out, line of reasoning I'm going to go on for a little bit is tradition, right? Because a lot of our people, just like with Thanksgiving, just like with Christmas, just like with the 4th of July, all these different holidays, right? They'll tell you, we know that this pagan, we know that it's this, we know that it's that, but I'm going to still do it. It's because it's tradition. They don't care. They don't care. It's tradition. It's cool. Everybody else is going to be doing it. So if I don't do it, I look weird. I'm an outsider if I don't do it now, right? So I'm going to do it. My girl going to be tripping if I don't do it. So I'm going to do it, right? That's how it works. So Colossians 2 and 8.
Guys, the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Yeah, the philosophy with this folly day is love your girl one day after week. Love your man one day after week, or one day after year. Excuse me. Love him or her one day after year. Buy them a gift that they're going to like and remember for that year or for the rest of that month or the rest of that day. Right? But spend as much money as you can because it got to be better than the one you gave last year. When you gave last year was a Bentley, you better be trying to rob the church so you can get a private jet. Will a man rob God? Yes, he will on Valentine's Day. That's what they're saying right now in the church. I'm telling you. Because the pastor bought his wife a new car. She bought her husband a new watch. Right?
Because it has to be less than hers.
That he was talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what they just bought, right? So it's like, I mean, if the pastor bought that on Valentine's Day, what do you think the congregation gonna be trying to do? I mean, you don't think it's gonna be people in the congregation talk? Hey, the first lady just bought the pastor this Audemars Piguet. How you say it?
Audemars baguette.
No. I know how to say it. I'm just, that's how. Jake. That's what they're gonna be on. So it's like, bruh, they trying to keep. It's just like what you said earlier, keeping up with the Joneses, right? That's what we're on right now. And Valentine's Day is like the second Christmas for America. They teach Christmas because there's a way for them to make a bunch of money off of everybody in the country, right? Valentine's Day is the second version of that. And they close in proximity to each other. You know what I'm saying? This is another folly day where you have the opportunity to just spend all the money you need to spend for one day, just like Christmas, right? So, in fact, sometimes it'd be like Christmas, you ain't give your girl the gift that she wanted, or you ain't give your man the gift that he wanted. In your mind, it'd be, all right, I'm gonna make it up on Valentine's Day. Because that's how they've also ingrained you to be. That's how they've conditioned it to work out.
And you get paid in 2 weeks. You can't just do it in 2 weeks. You got to wait till Valentine's Day.
All right, I'm going to get you back on Valentine's Day.
And be single by April Fool's.
All right. Give me Amos 5:15.
Hey, that's funny.
That's how it worked, though, right?
I got you. Amos chapter 5 and verse 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate.
That's what we should be doing. That's what we got to get back to, right? Y'all can't keep saying, we love, we know that it's not this, we know it's not that, but we love. You love, I love, we love. Shakespeare. Here's some flowers. That's what they be doing, bro. That's what they be doing. Oh, Romeo, be my Valentine. Y'all giving Secret Santa Valentine cards and stuff. What they call it? Secret Valentine, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call it, right? Secret Valentine? When they like put the card in the locker.
When they pull the names from the bowl.
Yeah, and then you No, I mean, like when I was in school, niggas used to get the girl locker code from her best friend. Because the girl always got a friend that she get a locker code to that be running all up in the stuff and stuff like that. So they get the locker code from the friend, and then they go through there while everybody in the classrooms. They go to the bathroom or something on a bathroom break. They go to their car and they put a whole bunch of crap in the locker. Then when the girl come to get her books out, there's a bunch of flowers and junk. Everybody in the hallway, crying and stuff. Like the girl getting proposed to or something on Valentine's Day.
Hey, that's what we attributed to them now. Is what we can do in front of people. That's what romance is. They want the brother with a stereo outside thinking, "Can we talk?" by Tevin Campbell outside. That's love. That's love. Oh, he love you, girl. Man, come on, man. Get out of here.
Can we talk? But yeah, bro, that's a Valentine's Day thing. They'll make you go that far, and then once your girl see it, the girl see it, the boy see it, whatever it is, right? When they end up in that situation, you got to do that or more, right? Next Valentine's Day, the girls that was crying, picking up the flowers in the hallway like the bouquet or whatever it is that gets passed at the wedding. Yeah, they next year you better do me next year. I want something like that.
Hey, but why is that out of line? Why? There's a whole reason why. You know why?
It's the conditioning. It's to get you ready to be worshipped.
We have these now. So if it's not worthy to go on Snapchat and IG to show off, I don't want it.
If it ain't this, get them grass, right? So keep reading Amos.
Come. I'm gonna start from the top. Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the most high power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Jump to verse 21.
Verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell of your solemn assemblies.
Right? So if we come back, man, the Most High will help us out. But if you guys continue to, worship naked babies with arrows and stuff like that, then you're going to keep getting what you're getting right now. Right? They just told you a couple weeks ago that it's Fauci decided to say, hey, Valentine's Day coming up. So we're going to tell them COVID is ending and there's this new HIV virus that's beginning.
Cause that's real.
Right? Y'all ain't hear about that yet?
Yeah, come. Kids are testing positive for HIV after catching COVID.
Yeah. Kids. Little babies. Right?
Hey, Cupid is going into slavery. Yeah,
right? But just keep that in mind too, right? Right around Valentine's Day, they tell you COVID's gone. It's ending. And Cupid is beginning. The Aphrodite HIV disease, right? So Most High hates your feast days. He ain't smelling this one either. No matter what restaurant you go to.
That dog or that goat.
Right. None of it. Straight up though. Like, this is a feast day. If you want to get real, honestly, this is the main feast day other than Christmas and Easter. This is their big three. Because this is the main one that explains everything that they teach the Bible is about nowadays. They don't read from the Bible. They just tell you it's all love. God is love. Love everybody. And then there was a brother we seen at camp on Saturday. Malachi's teaching him. He got a pink shirt on. He sound like Dwayne Wade's son. And all he's telling us is love, 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 love. Right? That's what they teach our people.
His brother was zesty.
That's the gift that has destroyed the heart. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. That's what they've done. We're at a point in time where they've literally put us in the position where, okay, we didn't put these niggas in slavery. All right. We didn't give them Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. We gave them Civil Rights Month, February, right? You know, yeah, we gave them Barack Obama, right? Now they got Dwayne Wade's son and Little Nas X, right? And last thing we're gonna give them crack pipes and HIV, right? Just give them everything they want.
Zesty is $1,000 dress.
All y'all want is love. That's all y'all care about is love. Straight up. And that's what you're getting right now. This is the love of Esau. See, the love of God is to keep the commandments, but the love of Esau is everything I just mentioned. That's what he loves. That's what he's taught you guys to love. Right? So, Ecclesiastes 7:7. All of those are gifts, by the way, because our people are treating them like that, or they are treating them like that, rather. Right? That it's a club in Atlanta next to a restaurant that we go to frequently, right? It's called Bulldogs. I bet today, if you go buy Bulldogs, it's nothing but our people that's walking in and out of there right now. Right? Esau stays behind home with Michael. Right? Billy and Bobby at the crib. But Duran and Javon, they went to Bulldogs. Because they're the ones that's indoctrinated right now. Right? We're the ones that all of these folly days are for. They're not to make Esau spend money. They're not to make him get caught up in the whim of the dang folly day. It's to make our people do that. They invented it. They already caught up in it. They've been spending money for this day since the Greeks. Right? So this is literally, all of these things is here for us to be the ones that get swayed away from it, pushed away from it. Because we're being swayed away and pushed away from the Most High, brought closer to whatever they got going on. All 13, 14 of the gods that this one holiday represents. Right? So, yeah. You read that?
I got it out of one. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right? So oppression is supposed to piss us off. But y'all don't even realize you're oppressed because you got the opportunity to go buy your girl a box of chocolate and some damn candy and watch Forrest Gump. It's not your rest, though. But brothers think that's cool. That's enough. That's all you need. Cindy Lou Ha, Forrest Gump, chocolate, and a teddy bear. February 14th. Brothers, is that simple now. Sisters, is that simple now. Brother gave you kids. He tell you he love you. He bought you a house. He bought you a car. He come home to you every night. He provide for you. But for you to know he love you, he got to get you a 10-foot bouquet heart of roses with no thorns. Now you love me. Oh, he loves me. Oh, he loves me. Nigga, what about the jug I bought you last year for Valentine's Day? You mean the whole year you ain't know I love? What about the year before that? Because I knew you that.
Hey, Salaki, brother, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it. I mean, no disrespect to you, King. I understand these black organizations do community service and all of that, but Iota Phi Theta hazes. You want to know why? Because I was living with a brother who was the dean of our process in the same house as me.
Hey, Slim baby, yeah, right.
Gotta stop. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're talking to, King. I don't seen it all, my boy.
Hey, Slim baby, yeah, right. Get right. Leave him alone. Yeah, because stop. Just stop commenting about the Greeks and the Romans. We ain't worried about them right now. We're trying to teach you about their folly day. We're not trying to follow them, right? We're not going to go join no Greek letter, even if it's black, right? We don't rock with the boule over here. We teach against it. There's no error in anybody's logic.
Like, if you know, you know. How is it error? I know.
It's the same thing in it's the same thing we were talking about with the feast day, right? If you in a situation where you know that this is not a feast day, it's a holiday, right? Why are you keeping it? I'm just talking about your logic of reasoning. We're not celebrating it to keep it the way that the pagans kept it. We're celebrating it to show our love for our loved ones. Same thing.
It's all right, though.
What fraternal organization did he join?
He's talking about the Centaurs. Yeah, but it's all good. Hey, I know all about it. I was there when it happened, so there's no arguing with me on that subject because I was actually there. Hey, just because when a tree falls in the forest and nobody was around to hear it, doesn't mean it didn't make a sound. Like, y'all just ain't got caught yet. Salaki. All right, let's go.
Yeah, come. All right. Mark, give me Mark 7, 9, and 13. Let's just get that. Almost done, guys. Like 2 more scriptures.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 9 and verse 7. Is that correct, Adawan?
Mark chapter 7, verse 6.
Chapter 7, verse 6. Time. It's the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well hath Isaiah prophesied of you, hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
I love God. God is a God of love. Love. Right? All you need is love. Jesus is love. Bobby Valentino, love. Right? It's all love. That's not correct. That's basically their tradition since the time of the Greeks. And they've taken this month and made it the tradition of the Christians, right? The real ones. Because now y'all are following it with the same principles that they used to follow it, right? Keep going.
God, howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Mm-hmm. So y'all say all day long, y'all love the Most High, but the things that you actually do, right? Everything you guys do are feast days, holidays, folly days that the enemies of the Most High make. Everything y'all keep has nothing to do with the Most High. Has something to do with his enemies, though, right? So you're not really honoring the Most High keeping this folly day. Not honoring your significant other keeping this folly day, right? Why buy something for them once out the year just so they could dishonor you and tell you, oh, now I know you love me because you bought me $30,000 worth of flowers, a $10,000 Birkin bag, a $3,000 Chanel bag, and some new heels, red bottoms, Louboutin. Right? Go ahead.
For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
That's right, man. So our people need to stop holding on to the traditions of men. When you look up something and see that it's not right, that we're not supposed to be following it, don't go, well, I'm going to still do it because everybody else doing it. Offset and Cardi B got a bunch of money. They got hella bands. So, God must like what they doing. They ain't not do feast day. What's it called? Valentine's Day. They ain't not do Valentine's Day. So what the Hebrew Israelite talking about? These niggas stupid. Them niggas get money. They getting to the bag. Right? But that's not what we supposed to be doing here. We ain't worried about that. Right? Y'all worried about what y'all see the people out there doing and stuff. We worried about what the Most High wants us to be doing. That's why we on two different wavelengths and stuff like that. Y'all worried about, let me keep up with what everybody else got going on. We're like, forget what everybody else got going on. Right? So you got to pick a side. You got to choose. Because right now you're just keeping the traditions of your oppressor. And you know it. That's why you're a hypocrite. And hypocrites can't stand before the Lord. Matthew 15:3.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15.
Kowal, you get 2 Thessalonians 2:13.
This is Matthew 15:3. But he answered and said unto them, why do you also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
So that's the question. If y'all niggas know what the answer is, y'all know that the thing is wrong. Y'all know it's pagan. Y'all can look up all the gods that the junk go to. You watched a lesson from another camp last year that did this junk, and you're back here again trying to see if it's really a bad thing or not, right? Why do you continue to transgress the Most High's laws by your tradition? That's the question. Go ahead. Is that it? Verse 3?
Verse 3. Verse 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I want. Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 13.
Time. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, because of the Lord, because God hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth.
Keep going. Why did I ask for that? Keep reading.
Whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Mashiach Yahushua. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle.
Yeah, come on. Okay, so that's the point, right? That I was trying to bring out. Hold on to the traditions. You guys were the ones that was giving them, right? Y'all in the Christian church, you're doing Christian folly days that don't got nothing to do with the Bible. And the Bible has things for you to follow in the church. It don't make no sense. So the good thing to do, the main thing to do would be to stop following whatever you follow in that church. This being one of those things, right? We read that it's big time in the Catholic Church. So we know if the Catholics got anything to do with it, the Christians going to be with it too. Because that's their daddy religion, the Catholics. whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not, right?
Con.
So this telling you, hold on, hold and come back to the traditions that you was given from the jump, man, right? Do like Jeremiah 6:16 says, come back to the old path. Wasn't no Valentine's Day back then. We had Purim. That's what we're doing right now, right?
Ain't no Valentine's Day.
Y'all give gifts, we give gifts, but and we show love, right? On Purim, but we ain't had to cut no hearts open and squeeze no blood or have niggas run around in goat outfits or have a she-wolf nurse 2 white boys or have a girl dress up naked with a torch in the hand or have a hermaphrodite or whatever, right? You can't do none of that stuff. We ain't worried about none of that stuff. We're worried about what the scriptures say and what the Most High wants us to do. While y'all are worried about everything I just mentioned, because that's what this folly day has to do with. Right? So, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 13. I just read, I looked it up. We could say the word because it's part of the LGBTQ XYZ 1, 2, 3 W. Yeah.
WEB.
I was gonna say something about Dwayne, but he might get a strike or something. But yeah, like this is what we need to be getting back to right here, man. But that 2 Thessalonians, that straight up lets you know that you gotta hold on to the traditions that we supposed to have, right? I'm a brute from one. That's what I was supposed to be asked for. But yeah, the 2 Thessalonians, man, is supposed to be explaining to you what you should have got from that is that you had traditions. He was given law, statutes, and commandments from the jump. He was given a heritage that involves law, statutes, and commandments from the jump. But y'all are doing everything in your power to stop following what you was given. It don't make no sense.
Rule 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life.
Mm-hmm.
But such as leave it shall die.
Right. And the Most High already let you know, man. You know what I'm saying? If you in that line of the line of love, as I'll call it tonight, right? For the people out there, the line of love of the same sex or something like that, right? The LGBTQ folks and stuff. Most High's already showed you what your next level of punishment gonna be. He put it all over the news, right? He took away the Omicron and gave you out of whatever that thing is called for the HIV. He said, if you don't down low, I'm gonna give it to your kids. You're gonna kiss them in the mouth, they gonna end up with COVID, and when they go get the test, it's gonna be, not COVID. So it's gonna be ooh, damn, how did kid get that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what the Most High got going on right now, man. Ironically, in the month of February, the love month of the world, right? The month where you're supposed to show all the love that you want. And then he also gave us a month where we basically showing love the same way that the world tells you to show love, right? They tell you show love by loving people, whatever that means. And then loving people is giving gifts, bouquets of flowers and stuff. We loved our people last night, though, at the feast, right? We ate, we taught the Bible, we had fun, we danced, we kicked it, we had yayan, right? It was kids. So you could show love if you want, right? But there's 2 ways you could do it. You could do it the way the Most High approves of, or you could do it the way that Esau approves of. You got to pick. Because Paul told us you can't eat at the devil's table and you can't eat at, Most High's table too. You got to pick a side. You got to choose one. Can't stay in the middle and be happy. Most High going to kick you right to the lake because he don't like nobody that's lukewarm. He said, pick a side. Pick the wrong side, you're still going to get kicked. But pick the right side, All right. You got to pick a side. So Baruch told you what side to pick. Hope y'all decide to do it. Next year, say no to Valentine's Day.
Please.
Say no to flowers. Say no to boxes of chocolate. Don't even watch Forrest Gump. Don't do it.
Chocolate. I
What?
don't deserve this.
Mhm.
No.
Don't watch none of that stuff.
Come on.
That's it. I'm done.
There we go. Hey, man. So, hey, say no to Valentine's Day, man. We ain't gonna do this again, man. This is it. This is the class. All right. If you want to watch it next year, revert back
Yeah,
to this
straight
class.
up. We ain't doing no more Valentine's Day lessons on Monday.
This was a good one. So we're not doing this again, man. So with that, man, hey, make sure you follow us on Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe this video. Like and subscribe to this page. Subscribe to Sons of Thunder, North Carolina. The link is in the description. All right. If you want to do the work, send an email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. If you want to go to the feast days, send an email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. Or if you want to come to North Carolina feast days, send an email to sonsofthunderisraelitesnc@gmail.com. All right. Come to camp. Kwame Yasha'Allah with that. We the Sons of Thunder Israelites is a heart prayer desire for all Israel that they might be saved.
Shalom.